Hey, I'm Josh, co-founder of Chaser. Today I'm going to show you how thousands of teams use Chaser to track their work right inside Slack. We'll cover how to create tasks right in your conversations in Slack, how to get a bird's eye view of everything your team's working on across all your Slack channels, plus some of Chaser's most popular features, like repeating tasks, checklists, and our connection to AI tools like Claude. By the end of this video, you'll see why your team never has to leave Slack to stay on top of work. You probably have channels for each team, each project. You might even have a channel for each of your clients. Either way, just create tasks right inside these channels and they'll automatically be organized by team, project, or client in your dashboard. But first, here's how you make a task. You type /chaser, you tag whoever's going to do it, and then you just write out the task, like review proposal. You can include a due date if there is one. By tomorrow, you can say due July 15th, or you can write by next Friday. Just write it in plain English, Chaser will understand and capture the due date. Now from Sam's perspective, this looks the exact same, because Chaser tasks are really just fancy Slack messages. So he can click here, and he'll see this option to acknowledge the task. Now, if Sam didn't acknowledge this task, the next morning, Chaser would just politely reach out and let him know, hey, you might have missed it. You can edit tasks right here in Slack. You can add a bunch of content to the task, you can change what it's assigned to, change the due date, everything you'd expect. Additionally, here's where you can see the reminders that'll go out. Now this happens automatically. You definitely don't need to open this window or remember any of this, but if you want to, you can adjust the reminders that go out to Sam before the due date. By default, he'll get a reminder 2 days before and the day that it's due, but you can add more, you can remove them, or you can adjust your defaults to change it for all future tasks. But down here, this is where users tend to get even more excited, because this is how you're kept in the loop if anything's going wrong. So if Sam hasn't acknowledged this task after 2 days, Chaser's going to give you a heads up. Maybe he was on vacation, maybe you just missed it, but you don't want to be surprised when the due date rolls around and you find out that Sam never saw it. And lastly, if the task is not complete by the due date, you'll get a heads up in the morning. Chaser will let you know, hey, today's the day we're expecting this to be done. And you can do whatever you want with that information. But the idea here is that Sam will be reminded, you'll be kept in the loop, so you can truly set it and forget it and treat it like a mental handoff to Chaser. Now, if you want to add more context or ask a follow-up question like, what should I include in the proposal? You can do that right here in the thread. If you want to add attachments, you can dump those attachments right here in the thread, right inside of Slack. With other tools, you have threads inside of the task where you add attachments and have conversations that live outside of Slack, and then you have separate conversations happening inside of Slack, and that's where things can really go wrong. With Chaser, it all happens inside of your Slack thread, and then you can easily find this thread later from the dashboard, which we'll get to in just a second. Now here you can see James mentioned that he wants a competitive analysis by tomorrow. You can already tell this is going to become buried in a thread, but with Chaser, you can just convert that message directly into a task. That's been captured, assigned, and set to be due tomorrow. You can also assign tasks to yourself or to groups. Here I'll assign tasks to me and just say, pick up pizza. Now because this is assigned to myself, it gets acknowledged automatically. Of course, there's no reason I'd have to acknowledge a task I made for myself. Or you can go ahead and assign tasks to the whole channel and say, fill out the survey. Now here you have the option to adjust that list. You can leave it to assign to everybody or change it to be ask for a volunteer if this is something you just need one person to do, or round robin. And now Chaser will show you who's done it and who hasn't done it. I'll go ahead and mark myself complete. And now my name just jumped down to the completed section. Now we're starting to get a whole bunch of tasks here. I'm just going to add one more. Say Sam, pick up soda. And now these tasks all have different statuses, and it can become hard to keep track of everything because you've got all sorts of channels and you're going to have other conversations in here too. Eventually it gets buried. No one's going to keep track of everything that's been sent in every channel and scroll up and keep tabs on everything. And that's why on Mondays at 9 a.m., Chaser is going to create your automatic status report. It's going to show you any tasks that are either not acknowledged or overdue. And it makes Sam's life a whole lot easier because he can just come right here inside of Slack, mark it complete, acknowledge it, and that'll clean it right up. No more leaving Slack to open another tool, find the right project, find the task, and updating it. It all happens right inside of Slack, And the status report just kind of keeps tabs on everything and summarizes everything going on. Now you'll see here, we have this web dashboard button. Now your web dashboard is where you can see everything happening across Slack, and you can keep it pinned in your browser for easy access. So here you have all your channels. You can jump between your channels. You can unselect and just look at every task across every channel. You can go by person, see what each person has on their plate. You can click Assign to Me to see everything assigned to you, or Assign by Me to see everything you're waiting on. But what makes Chaser's dashboard different from all the others is that your team doesn't have to open it. They can do everything inside of Slack, and the dashboard's just here if and when you want an overview. Now everyone will be able to see all of the tasks that were made in the channels they're a member of. So what that means is if you have a private channel with the leadership team, let's say, and some tasks are being made in there, no one outside the leadership team can see those tasks. But okay, let's say you don't need all this and you don't want to open your web browser to see all your tasks. There's also a dashboard built right into Slack. Just click Chaser in your sidebar, and here you'll see all of your tasks. Right now I'm looking at Assign to Me. We can go and look across. You can go group by due date or group by channel, group by assignee. And here you'll be able to really easily just jump into a task and say any follow-up questions that you have, see what's going on in those threads really conveniently. Okay, those were the core features of Chaser, but let's hop over to our website and check out the features on our features page. So here you can see we've got repeating tasks. You can set tasks to repeat once a week, once a month, really any schedule that you want. You just write it out in plain English. You can check out a 39-second video here to see how that works. We covered assigning to groups. We covered round robin and volunteer requests a little bit. There's also checklists. Now this is a super powerful feature where you can create reusable checklists of processes that you're doing over and over again that have multiple steps, like onboarding a new client or onboarding a new team member. You might have a checklist that you're going to want to reuse. So if you want to see how that works, watch our 2-minute video on that. We have our automatic reminders, status reports. You can add followers to tasks as well, which just keeps them in the loop automatically on the progress of a task. We cover the in Slack dashboard. Team reporting is another feature that we've got. You can set up very custom reports for your unique needs. There's also a calendar view. You can add tags to tasks and then organize and filter by those tags. You can set up custom task statuses like in review and blocked, so you don't just have acknowledged and complete. You can add docs and files to your tasks right inside the thread like we covered. You can also use Chaser across workspaces. So if you work with other companies who use Slack and connect those workspaces to yours, Chaser works great across those workspaces and they don't even need to install Chaser. And importantly, you can connect Chaser to AI tools like Claude and ChatGPT, and this is extremely powerful. It gives your AI the ability to read, write, and edit your tasks. So if you're working with Claude on a project, you can tell at the end, now go assign those tasks out to all the relevant people. Or if somebody leaves your team, you can tell Claude, reassign all their tasks for this project to that person, and it can go and do that for you in an instant. We're a partner on Zapier, so you can use Zapier to create tasks in Chaser automatically when certain things happen in your other tools. You can do the same with Webhooks, with our API. We've also got time tracking. So to connect Chaser to Slack, all you have to do is come to our website, trychaser.com, put in your email, and you'll be able to add Chaser to Slack in just a click. No one on your team will be notified when you add Chaser to Slack, so you can test it out on your own. When you're ready, start sending tasks out to others and Chaser will send them a quick explainer message. No training is required to use Chaser. Just start sending tasks out and it will explain itself to them. If you really want your team to hit the ground running, you can send them this video as well. So just go to trychaser.com and start your free trial or schedule a 15-minute demo call with us. Thanks.